Zamfara State Police Command rescued over 20 kidnapped victims. Senate President, Senate Leader Wamako and others donate 19.8 million naira at book launch. SERAP urges NASS to stop selling federal government properties on business. DANGOTE completes Nigeria's longest concrete road. On the international scene, President-elect Joe Biden to sign executive orders to reverse Trump policies. On sports, Man United face acid test of Premier League title credentials at Liverpool. Welcome to SVTV News. I am Musa Joy Onyola. The Zamfara State Police Command had rescued over 20 kidnapped victims in a series of operations by the command since the beginning of this year. This was made known by the Commissioner of Police, CP Abutuyaro, while addressing a press conference at the police headquarters on Saturday, January 16, 2021. According to him, the kidnapped victims were rescued in Safe, Dole, and Talatamafara local government areas. The command also recovered 4 AK-47 rifles, 18 live ammunition, and 200 roasted cows belonging to the people of Saminaka area of Gusau local government area, and arrested 4 suspected bandits during the operations. The command also intercepted some vehicles from River State along Safe Gusau Road. For more on the story, Samira Ibrahim report.
Meanwhile, the State Commissioner of Police says the State Command has arrested 4 suspects for allegedly murdering a herdsman in Safe local government area of the state. Briefing newsmen at the State Command headquarters, CP Abutuyaro said the suspects were members of the civilian JTF known as Ensakai in Kauyen Kano village, who allegedly attacked and killed Malam Babu Gadem Malam of Kunchin Kaligo.
The 9th of January 2021, the Nigerian Police Tactical Unit, attached to Operation Poor Father in Kanoma district of Maru local government of Zamfara State, acted on intelligence report and recovered another AK-47 rifle with 444 rounds of live ammunition. I repeat, a single AK-47 rifle with 444 live ammunition, abandoned under a tree by suspected bandits, and he escaped into the forest. The rifle recovered, the catch of ammunition is equally displayed here as a referencing element. Our effort in the last 3 weeks further yielded another substantial result in the recovery of one AK-47 rifle with 2 magazines and 18 rounds of live ammunition in Shinkafi local government area of Zamfara State.
The Police Commissioner, Abutuyaro, enjoined police officers to always comply with COVID-19 protocols in order to safeguard their health and that of their families. Samira Ibrahim reporting for SBTV News, Gusau.
The Zamfara State Police Command regrettably confirmed the death of 8 people in an attack by suspected armed bandits on Jambako community of Maradu local government area in the early hours of Sunday, 17th January 2021. The bandits launched an aggressive reprisal attack on the said community following the evasion of a Fulani settlement that led to the gruesome killing of 3 Fulanis by the outlawed Nsakai group on Saturday, 16th January 2021. On the receipt of the report, the command quickly responded and deployed a combined team of police mobile patrol and CTU led by the DPO Maradun and the military, who moved down to the village and engaged the bandits, but quickly fled and escaped into the forest with possible casualties. For more on the story, Peter Phillips report.
At the end of the encounter, 8 villagers were unfortunately discovered to have been killed by bandits during the attack. Corpses of the deceased and those injured were taken to the hospital in Talatamafara for autopsy and medical treatment. CP Abuto Yaro, while commiserating with the families of the deceased, also assured that discreet investigation will be conducted with a view to arresting the perpetrators of the dastardly act and charge them to court for prosecution. The CP further calls on members of the public to desist from self-help, as he will not hesitate to deal decisively with any person or group of persons whose action vitiates the relative peace currently being enjoyed in the state. That's the report. Peter Phillips reporting for SVTV News Gusau.
The Zamfara State Fire Service says it recorded 767 fire incidents across the state, with 16 deaths and properties worth millions of naira destroyed in the year 2020. This was disclosed by the acting director of the agency, Alhaji Abdullahi Jibo Dauran, while briefing journalists on the activities of the directorate in Gusau, the state capital, on Saturday. Alhaji Abdullahi appealed to people, particularly women in the state, to always be courteous while handling fire, especially during this Harmattan season. He commended the state government for providing the agency with the state-of-the-art equipment to discharge its duties effectively. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Defense and Deputy Chairman, Senate Committee on Anti-Corruption, Senator Aliu Magatakarada Wamako, on Saturday in Sokoto announced a donation of 19.8 million naira at the launching of 3 books written by a renowned Islamic cleric, Dr. Jibril Sani Mehula. Alhaji Wamako announced the 3 million donation of the Senate President, Dr. Ahmed Lawan, 1 million naira from Senate leader, Dr. Abdullahi Yahaya, 1 million from the Minister of Police Affairs, Alhaji Muhammadu Dinyadi, his personal donation of 3 million and 2 million naira from Senator Ibrahim Gabriel. Others were 3 million from Senator Danjuma Goje, 3 million naira from Senator Adamu Aliro, 1 million naira from Senator Abdullahi Adamu, 1 million naira from Senator Lawali Hassan Ankar, and 2 million naira from Senator Ibrahim Abdullahi Dambaba. The rest of the donations include that of 1 million naira from Senator Ibn Na'ala, 100,000 naira from Alhaji Ahmed Abdullahi Kalambeina, 100,000 naira from Ambassador Sahabi Isa Gada, 100,000 naira from Sheikh Bashir Gidan Kanawa, and 200,000 naira from Alhaji Nasir Shehu Bodinga, Chairman Police Public Relations Committee, Sokoto State Command. Secretary to the State Government in Katsina State, Alhaji Mustafa Inua, on Monday urged the federal government to plug all loopholes leading to the proliferation of firearms. Alhaji Inua told the newsmen in Katsina that the federal government should particularly focus on Nigeria's borders with Niger Republic, Chad, and Cameroon. He noted that Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto, Borno, Taraba, and Adamawa State currently experiencing security challenges, insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and other crimes shared common borders with the three countries. He wondered why these are proliferations of firearms among hoodlums in the affected areas. He reaffirmed that if the government will block all the leakages in border areas through which firearms and ammunition are smuggled into this country, the better for us. The recent neutralization of scores of Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State and other parts of Northeast is as a result of a renewed synergy between the ground troops and air task force of Operation Lafiya Dole. A joint offensive launched by the air and ground troops and attack on a military base was foiled on Friday at Marseille town. The troops first retreated from their base, but in what appeared to be a technical maneuver, they later returned to their military base, ambushed and eliminated several Islamic State of West African province terrorists, while fighter helicopters destroyed the convoys of terrorists. The troops destroyed no fewer than 7 gun trucks belonging to the ISWAP fighters. Our top military officer said there has been a significant improved relationship between the ground troops and air task force in recent times. Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umara Zulum says Christians are also members of Boko Haram, contrary to the belief that members of the terrorist group are only Muslims. Governor Zulum made the claim at the 17th Chief Gani Fawahimi annual lecture organized by the Nigerian Bar Association, Ikeja branch, at the weekend. His new claim contradicts the mission of the outlawed group fighting to Islamize the nation. Formed over a decade ago, the rebellious group has continued to terrorize Nigerians, killing thousands and displacing millions. Last year, President Muhammadu Buhari expressed surprise that the group, which he vowed to crush in no distant time when he took over in 2015, was still existing. This is after officials of his administration have severally claimed that the insurgents have been decimated, but the terrorists are still striking hard. The SocioEconomic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has urged the National Assembly to, as a matter of national importance, do all within its constitutional powers to stop President Muhammadu Buhari from selling off federal government properties to fund the 2021 Appropriation Act. This is as it also appealed to the federal legislature to, as a matter of national interest and importance, stop approving loan requests by the federal government if it continues to fail to demonstrate transparency and accountability in the spending of the loans so far obtained. SERAP specifically said the National Assembly has constitutional and oversight responsibility to protect valuable public properties as well as ensure responsible budget spending. It noted that allowing the government to sell public properties and to enjoy almost absolute discretion to borrow to fund the 2021 budget would amount to a fundamental breach of constitutional and judicial duties. The All Progressives Congress (APC) has won all the 44 chairmanship and 484 councillorship seats at Saturday's Kano State Local Government poll. Alhaji Ibrahim Garba Sheikha, head of the State Independent Electoral Commission, disclosed this while announcing the result of the election on Sunday in Kano State. The total votes scored by the candidate is 2.6 million. Work is still in progress to ascertain the total votes scored by candidates of other political parties. Alhaji Garba Sheikha said the election was generally peaceful in the 1,500 polling units across the 44 local government areas of the state. While commending Governor Abdullahi Ganduje for his support and non-interference, the chairperson thanked the civil society organizations for their support towards ensuring free, fair, and credible election. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back on Business. Samira Ibrahim has more detail.
Welcome to Business Desk. The Dangote Group has completed Nigeria's longest rigid pavement located in Kogi State. The 43-kilometer Obajana-Kabba road, constructed by Dangote Industries Limited, has been described by motorists as the country's most strategic highway that is aiding travelers between the north and the south. The project director said he was excited that the corporate social responsibility project is being delivered for use by Nigerians, adding that while the rigid pavement has been completed, the company was dressing shoulders. Site engineer Samuel Obosi assured that the dual carriageway will be durable and less susceptible to potholes and repairs like Upstall Road, adding that it will crush the rate of road accidents in the country. Motorists said it is now one of the busiest routes linking the two regions in the country, And that's all on Business Desk today. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and back to the newsroom.
And on the international scene, U.S. President-elect Joe Biden will sign a series of executive orders in his first day in office, attempting to roll back damage done at home and abroad by Donald Trump, whom the Democrats will replace as president on Wednesday. Mr. Biden, 78, has already outlined plans to send an immigration bill and a COVID-19 stimulus and relief package to a newly Democratic-controlled Congress. On Friday, he said he would shake up the delivery of vaccines against COVID-19 mired in chaos under Trump. Mr. Biden plans to return the U.S. to the Paris Climate Accords and the Iran nuclear deal, overturn Trump's travel ban against some Muslim-majority countries, restriction evictions and foreclosures under the pandemic, and institute a mask mandate on federal property. In a memo released on Saturday, the incoming White House Chief of Staff, Ron Klain, said these actions will change the course of COVID-19, combat climate change, promote racial equity, and support other underserved communities, and rebuild the economy in ways that strengthen the backbone of the country and the working men and women who built the nation. And that's all on the international scene. On sport, over now to Abubakar Sufyan.
Hello, welcome to Standard Voice Television Sports Room. I am Abu Sufyan Abubakar, and as usual, I bring the sport updates. Liverpool and Manchester United faced off on Sunday as the Premier League two top teams for the first time since 1997, with the rivalry between England's most successful clubs rekindled by a fascinating title race. United top of the table after the new year for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement in 2013, thanks to an 11-match unbeaten run to overtake Jurgen Klopp's men. Liverpool have surrendered top spot after 3 consecutive league games without a win and did drop off to 4th after the 0-0 draw at Anfield. The last time United and Liverpool locked horns in the title race was 12 years ago. Back then, United were coached by Sir Alex Ferguson, who saw off Rafael Benitez's challenges to win the 3rd consecutive league title for Manchester United. The match ended 0-0 at Anfield after United put in a solid defensive display against a toothless Liverpool side that have not scored a Premier League goal in their last 3 league games. Liverpool currently sit 4th on the log behind Manchester United, who are top of the table, and Leicester City and Manchester City, who are 2nd and 3rd respectively. Interestingly, Liverpool will face Manchester United at Old Trafford in FA Cup next week Sunday. And that's all we have on sports today. Back to the newsroom.
And that's all on Standard Voice Television News for today. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Zamfara State Police Command rescued over 20 kidnapped victims. Senate President, Senate Leader, Wamako and others donate 19.8 million naira at book launch. SERAP urges NASS to stop selling federal government properties. On business, DANGOTE completes Nigeria's longest concrete road. And on the international scene, President-elect Joe Biden to sign executive orders to reverse Trump policies. On sports, Man United face as the test of Premier League title credentials at Liverpool. That's the news on behalf of the production crew and Head of News and Current Affairs Department, Alhaji Ibrahim Garba. I still remain Musa Joy Onyoza. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.